Right, legends. I click the Streameruniente button. What is crack lacking? We have got a lot of stuff to go through today, legends. We're going to look at this shit I'm going to show you on my screen, guys. We've got the new Botmaster project out. You can literally click on the freaking goddamn things to see them. Listen, guys. It literally loads up, guys, the blueprint for you on your screen. I already got this one already loaded up for you. Okay, guys, so we have Botmaster, which is live, launched, and ready with all the P&L curves, equity curves. You can click on the trading view thing. You can click on the button to get the blueprint and the bot to your trading view account, which you then can automate. I just wiped this all out, but you can create bots here. Legends, it's all about to kick off. This is done in the last 25 trades, 81%. It's done in the last, you can literally see here, so we got May. This is 6 months, 157% legends. It's absolutely geezering it, gunning it. And also, guys, if you go to the library, you can see here pretty clearly that actually we have up to 204%, 57%, 94%. Guys, Botmaster is live. And at the end of the day, let me quickly bring up the chart again. So I just want to bring this out like that and then click on the actual settings itself. I'll show you the side. You can literally get all of the back-tested information on this screener and then all of the inputs as well into the third party that you would use to actually run it as a bot. And guys, this is all happening. This is happening 100%, always been re-looked at, re-back-tested. The settings have been reconfigured, and we are consistently changing and finding the best settings to go in this list. Right now, we have 13 highly edited and configured bot blueprints, which you can get on your trading view with literally, I'll show you again, legends. You go like this. You say, let's just say this. You like the idea of BGB printer. It's done 57% in the last 180 days. You're like, you know what? Low risk. Let's go for it. You have your risk profile in it. So you have safe, balanced, or aggressive. And you say, you know what, I want to trade this asset. Boom. You click one button. You then get it up on your trading view charts. This is actually in trading view. You can then see the strategy. You can manually trade this if you want. You know, you could click buy and sell if you wanted to on these buy and sell signals on your exchange. But if you really want to do it, guys, then you click copy here. You then copy it over to trading view, and then you connect it with your third party let's just call it third-party signals augmenter into the API connection from your trading view to Wonder Trading, and then you'd actually get it on your exchange. So they're actually firing the signals into your exchange via an API to get the buy and sell signals, actually buy and sell real money. And guys, we have a pretty insane deal, actually. I'm going to tell you about the free 3 months you get with our third party. So you actually get a completely free account of Pro. I could actually probably find for you right now where you can do that. If you go into my Discord server, guys, obviously most of you guys watching this already have my platform, my product, and my Discord server. We've been talking about it basically all day and yesterday as well, because I've been grinding so hard, legends. I did 2 months of working on this project, and then the last, let's just call it the last 6 days, I probably had 4 hours sleep every single night. So I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm still absolutely knackered right now. I can hardly get my words out. But legends, this link here is what you want. I'll put it into the live chat right now. This is basically the third party. Wonder Trading, you'll get a free account if you use that referral link. A completely free account, guys, for 3 months. And then you can actually automate your strategies. Let's have a look what we got here. That's my core unit. Let's go into the main. We have a new MDX algo, also MDX Botmaster group here. And then we do have our main core group legends, the MDX Legendays out there in the freaking world. But yeah, if you use that link, guys, you actually get Wonder Trading for 3 months for free to then automate these trading strategies with the third-party partnership. And legends, it's literally a one-click shop right now. We do all the backtesting for you. You don't have to do any hard work. You don't have to look at the trial and error, buying and selling to see if it happens, looking at the backtested panels, fiddling around, trying to configure it. We do all of that for you guys. You click on library, and this will be essentially daily and weekly updated, and we're going to get hundreds of these, and then we're going to do traditional markets, and then we're going to have other products and services, which will be us looking at the backtesting panels, okay? So we'll go into that all in a minute. I just wanted to do a little bit of a brief overview at the start of that video, so you guys understand. This is another one called Cake Printer. Absolutely giga firing off right now. And yeah, that's the very beginning of the video, guys. That's all live. You can literally go to our website, click plans. This will actually take you to the open plans for the full platform. You click on Botmaster, and then you'll actually see the pricing for Black Friday for our new Botmaster project. And I would say probably the best one you can get right now, guys, the best value for money, to be completely like just straight and honest with you, would probably be to get the full platform and Botmaster together on a monthly basis. That's probably the best, most valuable product you have. Obviously, guys, lots of people are going for lifetime because you never have to pay again. So if you're going to be trading for 10 years, yeah, like this is the best product to get. Obviously, if you're going to trade, if you're going to be doing 10 years into this, like into the industry. But for most people, that monthly will be probably best. And then this one will be for people who want to take this really seriously. But you want to click on Botmaster. My brain is frazzled, legends, by the way. I've been working my titties off. And you can come here, guys. You can look at all the package deals on Z website. Now, to the Bitcoin price. And I'm just going to turn the aircon on because I didn't do it. And it's absolutely boiling in here. I need to buy, remember, legends. So let me quickly do this. Turn that down so we get better. You have to remember, legends, like, a lot of you guys have got it so you're in fucking England or America, or you're chilling out and it's all cold and it's like Christmassy. I'm in Dubai. It's not cold and it's not Christmassy. It's extremely hot. And yeah, I'm actually basically coming down from a week of no sleep. And I will get a Weinstein Fenger at the end of this video, guys, because we're going to chill on this stream. I'm going to get a Weinstein Fenger. We're going to talk about the product. We're going to do some bot blueprints. We're going to set up some bots. And we'll look at the Bitcoin price in terms of analyzing it. So, lower time frames, guys. To be completely fair on what I was saying, legends, I was saying I do think we will get a bottom for Bitcoin between, let me quickly whip up the charts for you. I was saying between around 85K and 74K. I was saying I do think it's quite likely that we do see some sort of reversal in the price of Bitcoin. We actually do see a bottom. Now, this is not to say that what's happening right now is a bottom. We're actually only really retesting the local area of resistance above us. And I can quickly show you right now, guys, on this chart. And this is a higher time frame chart for Bitcoin at 4 hours. You can see here, legends, that actually we haven't managed to get above this swing point. And I would say everyone was calling this being it, if you go on a lower time frame. I was like, yes, we've got above this now. All of the fruit stains and fruit bats of this whole entire industry trading Bitcoin, not predominantly most people are even fruit bats in just traditional trading as well. So there's a lot of fruit bats and stains around the gaff. This level here, guys, yeah, we don't actually, a lot of people will say, I wouldn't, put this down as a significant level to break above it. A lot of guys were calling for it now, and then, getting into longs here, and now they're all wrecked. But I'm saying that, yeah, we did manage to get above it eventually. We found it as support. The real crucial level is here. This is more significant on a lower time frame. And what we would look to see is resistance into it for the first attempt. And that's exactly what we've got. We've seen it as resistance. Now what we want to see is us keep banging on its door, create some sort of ascending formation and break out. Now, it doesn't mean it can't go down to here again and actually find support there. That would be a pretty plausible scenario. And also even coming into here and sweeping this area, coming down, getting a fib on it, and then going to the moon. We've all seen that a million times, haven't we? When we get a move, let me just quickly get my chart, sire. You get a move from the low to high, it comes into the fibs, and then it jets off to the moon and freaks everybody out because it makes a lower low. A lower low, and then it goes off to the races. So that wouldn't surprise me either. I'm just saying that this level's crucial. If we do break above it, guys, and hold, we know that it's quite likely we're going to see a continuation for the price of Bitcoin. Actually, this is probably one of the best scenarios you can have right now because the price has come up to it. We've seen it resistance multiple times, but we haven't retraced significantly quickly or gone very fast. We're holding up, so it means that the more times we hit this resistance zone, the more likely we are to break it, and that's how you actually get ascending formations on the chart. Now, this level is very crucial, guys. If we do get above it, I would say we're probably looking at around 50% chance the bottom's in. If you go on a higher time frame perspective on this, and we will go into this as well, legends. Look at that green node. We're going to go into the higher time frame perspective in a second because that's very, very promising for bulls. And I'll tell you exactly why. If we do get above this level and clear it nice and decisively, I reckon it's a 50% chance that the bottom is in. And then that will quite likely actually mean we'll go up towards the 100K mark again, guys, and we'll get that retest, which we've been talking about to get the short in. There is actually a head short here. I did take a head short, guys, but I only took 10% of my position because I just wasn't comfortable with all of the other things I've been doing in my life, taking a very, very big, large head short position. at this specific price point because I've been concentrating on the product, and obviously Botmaster is now live and everything, and it's taken ages to get all this set up and all connections and getting all the fucking trading view stuff going. So that's that. So I've taken a 10% just in case. It's a 10% just in case, just in case we do actually go, oh fuck, and see on the flippers are in a massive bear market. I take a 10% hedge there, but I'm not going to take the full position because of work obligations, and also I think it's a bit weaker. If we do come down again and then we see up to here, that's going to be more. I'm going to put more considerable amount into a hedge short position. $100,000 comes in on the wick. Definitely taking a short here. We actually have a blue zone coming in nicely, so we have 100k short. The 200-day moving average is pointing down. There will be a short probably at 105 as well. So I'm saying 2 hedged short positions just in case this is the top, and then Bitcoin does go into a systemic long-term bear market. And I would say at this point right now, we didn't get the 74 flush. We're probably at about 33 to 40% chance of going into bear market, guys, which in some cases is still quite high. And by the way, we do have, I just looked at the, one second. Yeah, so basically, guys, we do have a, let me just quickly look at something. We do have, Legends, a event going on right now in the Botmaster. So basically, we just did a brand new launch of Botmaster. And right now, guys, we do have an event going on. Let me actually see. It may have already started. In here, we do have an event going on in a second from this Google Meet link for going through the first warm-up onboarding of Botmaster, which is absolutely epic. We've already had like 70 people who have taken a subscription to use Botmaster on the ultimate level in terms of ultimate subscription. So that's very, very promising to see that a lot of people are interested in that type of product. And then we are going to do with the Botmaster product, guys, as well, which we've just launched. Wow, that looks crazy. Every single week and month, we have weekly and monthly calls. So essentially you get one-on-one onboarding, one-on-one dedicated spot specialist. So that essentially, if you have a Botmaster Ultimate subscription, you do get access to additional services, as well as just the basic Botmaster plan. You also do get a dedicated spot bot specialist in group sessions. And this is more one-on-one, this is more group sessions. But essentially, we've made it insanely simple, guys, to set up trading bots. You can click one button, you get all the data about it, you can see what it is. You click another one button, you then get it up on a trading view chart, and you can literally see exactly the buy and sell signals. So I'm just going through the process right now with you. You can see the buy and sell signals on this chart, manually trade it or automate it. 81% of the last 25 trades, better 200% from 180 days. So you got this. Then if you want additional help, guys, after all of that simplicity, then we show you actually how to do it on Wonder Trading. And the link is in the live chat right now. I'll actually pin that message. Just go and get a Wonder Trading account. I'll quickly pin it. And with my referral link, you'll get 3 months free with a pro account on Wonder Trading. So if you actually want help with that, we can do that for you as well. So we're like doing every single step. You just have the difference between, so the Botmaster, you will have group sessions which show you how to do that. If you literally want someone to do it for you on a one-on-one call, then you can do a one-on-one call as well. And that's obviously the ultimate side of Botmaster. But guys, this is very, very promising to see the amount of people who are actually already onboarding into this. Now, guys, we have a super product line. We've got the Botmaster product line, which is essentially we do all the back testing and configuration for the bots for you. So you have a plug and play type system. HODL Master is an indicator system which you can use to manually trade, but also if you want to do your own manual configuration to turn them into bots, you can do so. So that's more manual and you have to do it yourself. HODL Master is a complete hands-off my strategy. We all know, guys, this is my long-term HODL system, which you can just set and forget. Obviously, then, guys, you go into all the other products like Pro Signals, etc., and Traders Group, but those are all, for people who pay. And, guys, we did a big update as well to the UI of the platform, so you can see that we've cleaned it up a little bit, made it look very sharp. So when you're tracking your coins and whatever you want to do, essentially, it's just a nice thing to look at. And I would say as well, Legends, if you are using the dashboard for price stuff, it all links in perfectly with all the prices here as well. So we're using Binance and a few others. So guys, I'm super happy with the product. I'm actually extremely tired right now. Like I said, I've probably got 15 hours sleep in 6 days. I'm not even joking. So I do feel a bit fucked up. But I'll have a Weinstein Fenger in a minute. I'll have a nice whiny. We'll chill out. We'll talk about the price of Bitcoin. And I'll talk about Botmaster and answer any questions you guys have. Because it's live right now. Black Friday is live. You can go ahead and purchase that straight up. But, so guys, if we forget about this level, I do think it's going to be a quick shot up to about $100,000 first in here. So you can actually see this blue line here is articulating it very nicely. That's the AI charting tool. So obviously, guys, that's just one of my indicators. Nothing to do with Botmaster. But this is the 100K mark in that blue zone. That's going to be the first resistance for me for a head short if we get above, obviously, where we are now. And then 105. But guys, just, okay, I'm going to clip this part. So Fahad, if you're watching, this is the part to clip starting in a second. So legends, this is what I was talking about in our prior streams. Now, the higher time frame perspective of Bitcoin, we're still in an uptrend, okay? We haven't broken $74,000, so we're still in an uptrending market. But I was saying that, you know, we have the last significant node of volume was red as a big sell pressure node at basically the top for Bitcoin. So we're actually looking at about the price point of 120,000, 115,000, okay? And all we had was this big red node. And we have a lot of examples in history that when you get a big red node, it usually does start the beginning of the price beginning to fall. And every single bear market, actually, the node within the price action, which was high, is always red before it starts the bear market. So you can see here, massive red node. In this specific example, actually, we had lots of green nodes before it. Then we had a massive red node. We did eventually come back, and then we had another red node halfway down to 6K. So two massive red nodes here along the bull market and actually did result in a bear market. And then you can see the same going back and back and back. But here, you had the green node, which was showing potentially future upside. So red nodes being bigger says potential future downsides coming. Green nodes being bigger means potential future upside coming. And that's why this is quite interesting, guys. Because now we have a massive green node outweighing all of the red nodes. So let's do the flip on this. Because you got to remember, guys, when you're looking at this green node, there was none of this price action there. So this red one wasn't there yet if you go back in history. So you can see massive green node here, the price resulted in increasing. Massive green node here, the price resulted in increasing all the way up that bull market. And then we got the red node, the big daddy red node, and it did end up resulting in the bear market beginning. You can see it in the pre cycle. So massive green node here resulted in upside prices. But even here, guys, along the way up, we'd had predominant green pressure. So you have increasing buy pressure in the order books on volume. So that means it's a good sign that the price is going to continue to rise. And you even see it in very cyclical bear moments. When we fall in price, we have green nodes, and then we continue up. We have it in so many cases, guys. Massive green node, continue up. This one here, this was a flush green node on this candle. We went up another, and guys, it doesn't look like a lot now. But back in the day, this was 30% increase after that green node, which was then followed by a red one to then see the price fall. Now, all I'm saying is, guys, is that I was saying for a while that the crescendo effect of the market going from low volume to high volume to low volume to high volume wasn't there yet. But now you can see actually we are beginning to get that shape. You can see every cycle you have like a piano going up and down. I'm not saying the piano goes up and down, but I'm saying it's like a waveform. It's like bull market, volume increases, then it decreases. You can see the bull market and then it decreased. You can see massive wave up of volume and then a decrease. It's exactly the same thing. It's a motion. But I was telling you that there wasn't much motion here. When we didn't have that green node, we weren't getting any increase for then a fall. And it's almost like an ebb and flow of energy. But now we have this massive green node. Just on the basis of this, I would bet that the price of Bitcoin is probably going to rise. Going by what we've seen in history, even green nodes within bear markets, like we're actually still rising here. We had a big green node. The next candles were up. So that's one way of looking at it. Now, the other way of looking at it is we do have this massive red block here, which is still not a good sign. It is beginning to dissipate in its opacity, or it's getting more transparent. And you can see here, guys, if we do begin to see green blocks building up below the price, similar to this could be a sign that the price is going to rise. So we've got it here. Actually, this whole bull market, we had a lot of green. It's essentially just articulating to you in the combination bands, there is buy pressure. So this is using our secret source, very similar to Bollinger Bands, but it's using our way of looking at it from MDX Algo. And you can see here that when the Bollinger style combination band is filling with green, it means that there is more buy pressure on the order books as well. But this is using a different calculation to the volume you see down here. So pretty interesting to see, guys, that every single time you have massive green, the price is rising. Now, we haven't got that yet. We have massive red, so the price is falling. But I'm saying that will change. And it's not going to stay red forever. So if we do see these green blocks beginning to build, a volume pressure coming in, and then we have a big green node, you know, it's looking pretty good. I was going to say I wouldn't say it's bearing to look good, but I'm saying there's no bear fucking analysis right here. We got a massive green candle, and potentially we are dissipating out of red for volume. So it's actually pretty interesting, guys, to see that. Not saying that the price of Bitcoin is suddenly going to shoot to the upside. I'm just saying it's good to see that in terms of you don't want to be too pitted on the bearish side. A lot of people are getting very bearish and very saying doomsday down here. And we've got two big signals here pointing in the direction. And you know by my analysis that, look, you need three things. You need the structure of the market to change. So the first thing, the 200-day moving average. We are below the 200-day moving average. Let me actually make this a little bit brighter. I bet you guys can't even see this, to be honest. So the three things to determine whether you're in a bear market, specifically on Bitcoin, and you can use this kind of this algorithm, you could call it. You could call this formula for most markets out there, even traditional stock markets. Anyway, guys, my brain is fucking slow right now. Please forgive me if I'm too slow. I've literally had like 15 hours sleep in 7 days to release Botmaster. So, yeah. We're below the 200-day moving average, guys. The 200-day moving average is also facing down. So that's the first thing that says we are at 33% chance going to go into a bear market. Then we have systemic structure. We are above 74K, so that does not count. We're not in a bear market yet if we're above 74. It's not possible for us to be 100% in a bear market if we have structural integrity of the prior low. Doesn't mean we can't go into one later and then break it later. But I'm saying that it's not a tick box for the bears. And then, guys, obviously, I'll talk about volume. And I'm saying that this one right now is not in favor of the bears. This kind of is a little bit of an outlier. I would say it's like we're 50-50 really in the middle, but it's not an outlier to say that this market's significantly bearish or significantly in a bear market. We have a massive green node coming in here, outweighing all of the sell pressure, and we are dissipating out of red. So it's about a 33% chance or 40% chance, guys, that this actually does result in a bear market for Bitcoin, this whole move down. And actually, we do see the price potentially rising to 100K and then seeing lower prices. That's why, guys, I am a 10% in a head short from where I said before. And then $100,000 and the 200-day moving average, which will likely be 105, would be a very nice head short. In here, guys, it's going to be a juicy hedge short. And that's really Bitcoin in terms of the analysis of what I'm looking at. We do have some other stuff as well. Everyone's screaming on the hills about MicroStrategy, which is causing a little bit of FUD, I would say, in the broader crypto market. You know, this whole big fucking fight with JP and all these people saying that he's over-levered and all this crap, his bonds are going to, whatever. He's going to fucking, MicroStrategy is going to go to zero. All I'm saying is this, guys, it's very, very dicey. When the price of something's rising, usually the news is extremely positive because when things are going up, news stories want to go with the right direction of the market to sell as many newspapers and stories as possible. And they don't want to look completely wrong and lose credibility. So they just go, if it's going up, extremely positive, put lots of news stories out to make as much money as possible. It's the same money market media when things go down. It literally just the vice versa of it. They will just come up with even more negative news stories, negative things to say to be in line with the narrative and to sell as many newspapers, as many clicks online as possible, to get as many people to give them attention as possible. The money market media, they're not there to give you information. They're not making money on the information that they give you. They're making money on the attention they derive from you. And that's the money market media. So that's kind of like the little... You even could say to a degree that a lot of the news you see, even from the CNBC standard, is kind of like money market media news. What you really want to be looking at when you're looking at the fundamentals of a company for investment purposes, you really want to be looking at the facts And you can have different types of bureaus, for instance, Bloomberg, for instance, which will come out and they will literally tell you what the facts are with the PEs, with the ratio of the earnings to the PE ratios, the earnings, the amount of people on the team who are doing this, what's the company structure, what licenses do they have. All of this stuff is what you want to be looking at. And usually that stuff, what you usually see is, and this doesn't have to be a stock or a company or anything like that, guys. It could be a crypto as well. But what you usually see is the fundamentals of a thing is usually rising when most of the time the price is actually falling. And we've seen that many, many times in history. It's actually just a coincidence the two match up. Like, for instance, a good example would have been, 2019. Through this whole period, the fundamentals of Bitcoin as a whole only got better. It was more exchange listings, more countries were looking at it as potentially, I think even Japan made it legal tender at one point. You had better regulations. You had things like card bureaus, and you had Coinbase releasing its debit cards. And although there was an unbelievable amount of infrastructure built for Bitcoin in this period, but the news was the most dire, crazy, downside, scary shit you could have ever heard in your life. Everyone was saying it was a complete failure, it's over, and like literally the news was completely wrong. But I'm just saying the fundamentals, and that can happen the other way as well. You can have stocks and companies, like for instance, Nike could be rising in price, but the fundamentals are falling of the company. And we've seen lots of companies come to rise and fall. For instance, GoPro was a good example of that. They had, the stock was going up, but the fundamentals of their business was not. So anyway, what I'm trying to say, the MicroStrategy point I'm trying to make is that I wouldn't get caught up in it. If MicroStrategy goes down in terms of they fucked up and they were over levered and they messed around with an organic price market, they're not really doing that, but they are kind of using their own, they're doing a whole buyback scheme with bonds throughout their MicroStrategy stocks, etc. I don't want to dive into the woods, but I'm saying if they fucked up and it goes to zero, it probably will have an effect on the Bitcoin price. Very similar to when FTX collapsed, it had an effect on the Bitcoin price. It will be a short-lived thing, but don't get all twisted with the money market media ranting and raving about it and saying it's all doomsday. Don't use that as a thing which you're trying to use as an objective factor to make a trading strategy out of. It's not quantifiable analysis, guys. It can't go in there. Anyway, so we have a quick look at gold. Gold does look like it wants to try and continue up towards that $5,000 mark. I don't think it goes above $5,000 for gold, but we are very... Wow, can you hear that? Oh, shit, look at that. There's a huge firework display going on out there. I don't know if you guys can hear that. The fireworks are popping off Saturday night. So I'm still in the camp that gold will likely have a significant pullback around this area. We've already had one, 10% to be completely fair. But I don't think gold's going to go much above $5,000 in this specific market cycle. We're at these super high levels of purchasing power, etc. Dixie, guys, we do need to look at it. And, it's come back a little bit. But if Dixie wants to big move up, that is likely going to be stock market, gold, and Bitcoin, I think, probably in a bear market. But I would say that could take another 2 years. So I think gold probably got 18 months to top out. SPX, you're probably looking at around the same, even though the price of stocks and shares in America have risen very quickly, and that's so freaking loud. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I think I have a noise gate on my microphone, so you probably can't hear it. But the SPX has continued to find and claim and reclaim, and it looks fine. And like I said, you're long until proven otherwise, just short the retest of the high. And actually, this has broken the 716 anyway. So very likely, guys, from the SPX, we're going to get a continuation up into towards 7,000 points. I actually found a fucking hilarious video of me talking about the SPX when it was trading at 3,500. And I was literally saying, I think it's going 6,500 before we get a pullback. So that was literally years ago. Actually, it was in this period here. I was the only one calling this, guys. I remember this whole formation here. It was coming down. Everyone was calling for the big doomsday crash. We're not coming back from it. I was like, we can reclaim back above. That was a great trade as well. That whole area there was really nice. So SPX, guys, long until proven otherwise, until you short a retest of the high. And I would say that we're getting there, guys. Within the next 18 months to 2 years, we probably will have a top in the stock market. And that will definitely correlate to Bitcoin. And I think Bitcoin will go into its bear market. But 2 years for Bitcoin could result in a massive arc up. It could result in fanning around for a bit. It could even result for a bear market, and then in 2 years going again. You know, it could go completely out of, it completely this not be correlated to traditional stock markets, etc., and even gold, because it's so small, Legends. It's small. The market cap, Legends, is only up 0.11% today, but the market cap of fucking Bitcoin is under 2 trillion. But guys, it's absolutely phenomenal to see Botmaster live and people actually using it. That's what I'm fucking talking about right now, guys. Botmaster is live. You can literally click one button. You get the trading view freaking strategy. So guys, you literally go from here. You go to the library. You're like, I want to make 200%. Oh, wow, that was loud. You want to make 200% cake printer. You click on cake printer. You look at all the shit. You say, what do you want to do? Safe, balanced, or aggressive? You click on this button here. You then get the trading view signals from that strategy. This is literally, you can trade this manually as well. You don't have to put it as a bot. You can then buy and sell these signals manually if you want. We've got another one here. Let me show you this one. I think it's called BNG. Like, this is an absolute dream. Let's try this one. I think this is the one. This one is a dream to trade manually. Like, this is significantly profitable over a short period of time. We've got 35% in 25 trades on the 3-hour time frame. Guys, you could have just sat on this, manually traded it. You could have left that on a screen somewhere. Think, you get an alert when it says buy, you click one fucking button, and you manually trade this fucking thing. Because, like, this is crazy numbers. Then what you do, guys, you click copy. You then copy it into your trading view so you get the settings, and then you can connect this to Wonder Trading, and the link is in the live chat. You get 3 months for free with Wonder Trading with my referral link, and we have a whole team of people, guys, who are there ready to help you get set up with Wonder Trading if you really need the support. So, like, it's actually insane. It will be in this group here. You click on MDX Botmaster. We're actually doing a group session right now. And guys, this here, this is it. This is the main group right now we have for Botmaster. And yeah, so basically if you need additional help doing shit, we give you that additional support. And you can go ahead, guys, and get it right now. It's ready, Legends. You go to my website, mdxalgo.com. Got a nice new brand going as well. Click View Plans. Click Botmaster. And you can purchase Botmaster right now, guys, on the website. It's literally live and ready. All the blueprints, all the backtested results. We do all of this for you. We do it for you, Legends. So all of this technical stuff, making sure the settings are correct, getting the right parameters on the chart, backtesting it properly. We just feed into our front end all these. We've only got 13 right now. We're going to have hundreds of these when we have the time to do it. It's an extremely time-consuming process. It's looking at not just the typical time frames like the 5-minute, the 15-minute, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the daily. We're looking at like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes. We're looking at the 30 minutes. Well, obviously that's normal. We're looking at the 70 minutes, the 80 minutes. Look at this. This one here is on 3 hours. This one's on 80 minutes. So we're going through this in insane detail to find you the best setups. You have one screener. You click on the thing you like. We've just set it up to profit factor, because obviously profit factor ultimately is probably the best way to go. You know, you can find something which has a much more aggressive amount of money it's made, like Aero Printer, for instance. To be honest, it is a fucking nice equity curve. But I'm saying, if you want to push it to aggressive as well, like, let's go. That's insane gains, bro. But risk profile is what you need to do, obviously, in Wonder Trading, in the third party we have. Go and get the free, guys, guys, it's a free fucking account. So just go get the Wonder Trading account. It's completely free. It's my referral link. It's the one in the live chat. Once you've got this for free, then you just go bang. You've got your, whatever you want to use, you've got, and then you just whip it into, you need to obviously choose what risk you're going to do. I would say, obviously, go for safe. Just keep it nice and safe, leggies. And then, you know, this is all completely done for you. So you don't have to worry about it. You can check all the settings, everything like that. And then, Legendes, Aero Printer in itself, I just brought it up. You can click on this. You then get Aero Printer. And this is actually hilarious, this one, because I did look at this earlier. So the moment we did the backtesting on BitGet, 99% in the last 25 trades. So guys, this little screener here tells you what it's done in the last 25 trades. This library, we do this for 3 years plus. So this is data which we've been looking at for the last 3 years plus of backtested data. All you can get on TradingView is 25. The reason that is because firstly, the backtesting scripts are extremely complex, so it takes a long time. But the main thing is that if we set in the indicator, and I could easily just put this on my main TradingView account, you click copy. If you then put it into, if you go the indicator, you change the settings to make it show, let's say the last 1,000 trades, TradingView actually times out, and the indicator will come up with a red exclamation mark, and it won't let you do it. So it's absolutely insane. The whole thing's fucking live and ready. I'm extremely happy with it. It's almost killed me in terms of the last week. It's literally been like, that's why I haven't streamed or anything. I've just been grinding my titties off. It's been 4 hours sleep for at least a week straight. I do feel kind of like I've pushed the limits. I'm actually kind of like, oh shit, I can keep going though. Like if I really want to, I can keep going. I can keep chugging along at 4 hours sleep. I can do it. Like it's not good for you. You don't feel very nice. But if you put all the feelings and all the good for you and all of the fucking bio statistics of my body, you can do it. Like you can do 4 hours sleep just every night, just going. But you're not going to be probably going at optimal levels, but it's kind of your body is actually more capable than you think. Most people think, oh, if I miss one night's sleep, it's all over. Yeah, you're not going to feel good, but it's not all over. You can go for a long time just chugging along. And guys, here as well, we have the leaderboards as well. Just to mention, if you guys already have a subscription, like a lot of you already do, in Contribute, so if you want to, you have an indicator, you're using, say, HODL Master or any other indicator we have, you can actually send us the settings. We'll back test them for you, okay, on the 3-year time frame, on longer. We'll really back test it and look through it. And then if we like it, we'll then send you all the data. We also probably will do a prize as well. So we might give you $100 or something if we use the settings, because then the settings will come up in the library. And then you'll be able to use that, obviously, but we'll give you the information and the data of it, the backtested information, so you know it's good. We'll put it in the library. We'll then keep monitoring it and keep it profitable, and then we'll probably pay you guys, because we want to create an ecosystem here where we have it so people are coming in, they're enjoying the profitability of the trading bots, they're finding their own settings for trading bots. We then can use those. It's like a cumulative building ecosystem of new settings and bots that people can use. And that's what we want to do. But get Wonder Trading, guys, with the link which is in the live chat, because that link specifically from me is 3 months completely free with Pro. By 3 months' time, guys, when you use this, you're going to make all the money anyway, okay? And what you could do is just click the referral link again anyway. So just make a new account with the fucking ref link. But I'm saying this is all ready to go, guys. Black Friday is live. Go to mdxalgo.com. And we're going to keep the Black Friday on for a little bit longer. Obviously, I did release Black Friday quite late because of the amount of time and effort we've been putting into the project. But it's fine. I don't really care about Black Friday anyway. It's just a, gimmicky kind of sales event, isn't it, for companies? Obviously, we put our price down significantly. This, obviously, guys, is crazy. It's called BM Ultimate, but it's just Botmaster Ultimate. This here is only 20% off for one reason, and that's because all of this is to do with one-on-one mentorship for the bots. So say all of this isn't enough for you. You need more fucking support. We'll then give you one-on-one training with a bot specialist who will literally come on your computer with you. You'll share your screen. You'll click on the buttons. He'll literally help you set up the bot with the actual buttons on the screen. So he'll go onto Wonder Trading. He'll show you what to do on TradingView, and then you'll have your bot set up. And then you can even just do a once-a-week session if you wanted to. Obviously, that costs money. It's time and effort from a human being to do that. These people can't do it for free. But for instance, the Eglingo and others, these guys, they're there to... At the end of the day, bro, it's actually quite good. People should pay for mentorship anyway. But that's Botmaster Legends. You can get it on the website right now. Now, Bitcoin. Bitcoin. What we could do is have a quick look at the stock market heat maps. Everything's quite fine on the stock market. We're probably going to continue up from here. Let's have a look at some other metrics as well. Let's quickly look at where Bitcoin is in relation to other massive things in this world. Let's just whip up that to push it to the side so you can see it. Yeah, so guys, again, gold obviously back towards that $30 trillion mark, which is epic, obviously, to see that happening. We also have NVIDIA, which is, I've already looked at this earlier, guys, but NVIDIA is obviously at 4.3. I actually pretty much know the list. I remember my Pete the other day was like, bro, I've got the list in front of me. What's the market cap of this? What's the market cap of that? And I was literally just calling the market caps like within 100 billion of each other. So obviously silver, guys, 3. Bitcoin, we're just below 2 at the minute. I do think, guys, just for a prediction on this channel right now, which you all know, Bitcoin's going to raise up on this list. It's actually crazy to think how Bitcoin is such a household name, essentially. And a lot of people use it, has huge transactional volume. It is a decentralized network which has never gone down. And it literally isn't as big as Microsoft. It is kind of crazy how something as significant as Bitcoin is still not even bigger than a company. One company. Obviously, Microsoft is one company that's changed everything on this planet. But I'm saying the store of value aspect, like you don't use Microsoft as money. That's why gold has a massive market cap. It's because it's used as money. You buy it, you don't sell it. You retain your purchasing power within it. So it's crazy to think Bitcoin's going to rise in time. So if we look at the CBBI, guys, I'm going to have to go get a beer in a minute. I absolutely feel mashed. Yeah, so CBBI did actually manage to create a lower low on this chart. Now, is this the end of Bitcoin as we know it? It's looking at this chart, guys. If you're going to look at this chart, only this chart only, you would have to say that it's probably not the bottom for Bitcoin. We never ever went up above 98 on the CBI. And if this is it, and then we do actually make a lower high on this, which is like obviously what Bitcoin might do on the price action, this would be the first time in history that the CBI has never gone above 98. And that's kind of interesting to me because I have been calling along this market cycle that I do think after this specific cycle in Bitcoin, wherever we get the top and wherever we get the bottom, I think the next cycle is going to break the 4-year cycle. And a lot of people say, oh no, but there's a 4-year cycle in the stock market. There's a 4-year cycle in gold. There's a 4-year cycle in this. That 4-year cycle is actually a business cycle, and that business cycle can easily be broken. We've already seen that with the stock market last time round with COVID. We saw a 10-year rally we saw an 8-year rally up to the 2008 recession. We saw nearly a 15-year rally up into the .com. We've seen gold rally for 10 years and then fall for 8. We've seen gold go into a 10-year bear market. Here's a very good example. The last bear market for gold on the monthly chart, this was how many fucking months? Like, let's just say the bear market. What you really should say, though, is the bear market is over when you break the high. But I wouldn't say on this specific example that'd be fair. I'd say some swing lows. But you're looking at, and I've just lost my measuring tool size. You're looking at right now 25%, sorry, and you're looking at 94 bars. Like, guys, like this is insane. That this is like 8 years. This is like between 100 bars, obviously, and then you're looking at 8 or 9 years. Bear market. Like, when was the last bear market for, like, this bear market was way longer than that. This was how long was this one? And this is actually predominantly a bear market to here. You're looking at 260 bars of gold going sideways and down. And then a massive rally, and then it had a huge pump here. So this is what essentially Bitcoin's going to end up looking like. It's going to end up looking like gold eventually. And purchasing power charts are going to be more important. But yeah, this whole 4-year cycle's over, guys. It's not going to be a relevant thing in the future. I think next cycle it's going to happen, and that kind of is being articulated by the CBBI essentially, not really right now. Okay, if we go above 98, there's a lot of, like, let's call them pundits out there, or crypto people who are, in the kind of analyzing space, not the trading space. And a lot of people are saying, okay, well, now we're setting up for a huge, massive rally up to 200K in the next 30 days, 40 days. You all hear the bullshit, don't you? If we did get that, then the CBBI would be absolutely fine. But it's probably unlikely that we're going to get, in the next 60 days, a move up to 200. Even though, sorry, legends, absolutely exhausted. Even though this big green candle is pretty fucking good. This is a very, very good sign for the bulls, actually. We have a massive green node wiping out all of this here, going back basically the last cycle. So that's a very good sign that we got that on this low wick. If this was a massive red, you'd be like, eh. but it's not. There's buyers coming back, and also the red is dissipating on the top side. So it's between 33% and 40% chance we're going into a bear market. But this is not in favor of the bears. It's in favor of the bulls. The 200-day moving average analysis is in the favor of the bears. So this is definitely in favor of bears at the minute. 33% chance we're going into a bear market. And then you've also got the structure, which is not. So it's two things not in favor of the bears and one thing that is. And I would say that, yeah, I would say we're probably going to get a move to 100,000, guys. And then I'm going to hedge that shit short. I'm hedging that shit short, man. Big hedge short. Because I look like a caveman again, because I've been working my titties off for Botmaster. I just want to talk about Botmaster, guys. Like, I just launched the project. We're going to get all of our bots set up. It actually logged me out a second ago. I was logged in. But, guys, look at these freaking blueprints, guys. Like, these are bot blueprints. You can copy these into Wonder Trading. You can manually trade them if you want. And they're all accessible here. Like I said to you before, let's have a look at deep cash flow. Deep cash flow. Click on this. Let's whip it up on the chart. Let's see if the manual traded. This is crazy, legends. You're up 124% in the last 25 trades. You could just sit here and manually trade this motherfucker. Like, as simple as that. But the best way to do it is to automate it. Because if you automate it, guys, you're going to be looking at, on deep cash flow, 94%, 180, 75% in 90 days. 3 months, you basically double your money. There isn't much shit in the world that can do that, guys. Like, seriously, this is pretty insane. 26% in the last 30 days. Let's go to one which, let's go to the highest risk class, okay? So let's go to high risk class. This one's called DBR Swing. So you can see if you put this on aggressive as well, it's going to look nuts. Very volatile. Went from essentially just chilling to big gains. Let's have a look at the chart and see how that looks in relation to the buy and sell signals. So we're on the 90-minute time frame. Let's whip this up. It's probably that massive move there which made loads of profitability happen. So this is actually, let me just check. So this hasn't actually, okay, no, it's fine. So it's pretty crazy to think, guys, that traditionally, you know, in this trading game, because of essentially calculus, you want to bet on things to go up because the percentages can always go further when you're going up. You know, you can make more than 100% on the way up. You can never make more than 100% on the way down. So the concept of this is that the last 25 trades have predominantly, this thing's been in a bear market. Like, this is not just making lower lows and lower highs. It's essentially not even going, it's just not even like looking at making a structure, just going down. This is just called going down and there's no structure. And it's done 56% in 25 trades. So you can manually trade this fucker or just whack it into Wonder Trading and you're done. And guys, like I said, use the referral link in the live chat. That referral link is a partnership link with me and Wonder Trading, and you get a free account for 3 months on the Pro. So essentially you've got, all you need to do, guys, is come and get a Botmaster subscription. Go into the Botmaster group we have. We're going to have it set up in Discord as well, actually. But at the moment, we're just doing a TG group because it's simple. But you go to the Botmaster Telegram group, which we did have a call in it. You get into the community, and then you set up the $99, get Botmaster, get Wonder Trading for free. And then you then, if I can talk, because I've had no sleep, you can then have 3 months of essentially making some fucking money, because these numbers are absolutely epic. And a lot of guys are extremely, you know, I've had loads of calls today and yesterday about people who've bought the product and they're looking at it like, oh my God, this is changing everything. I've already made my money back on this fucking trade. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy to see these kind of stuff. And this is what I've always wanted to do anyway, really, because we've built an incredible suite of indicators that, let me just be completely clear here, and I've done the message for you. This is the message of the whole thing. You know, Botmaster is, the value of Botmaster is that we do backtesting configuration for you. So you don't have to worry about it. We're the experts. We have the expertise. We have the team. We backtest it. We configure it. We give you the blueprints for you then to automate. So you don't have to worry about it. But Algo Master, we did actually build in the first place to have manual configuration and backtesting. The issue is that we can't give you the backtesting panel because we have to give away the source code. We can't do it because of a company. We rely on the source code so then we can actually have a company and make money and employ lots of people. So what we're saying is that Algo Master had a limitation because you would have to manually backtest it yourself through trial and error, and then you would have to use that to connect to an exchange with your own expertise. So we're not saying that that's a bad thing. You guys can go and backtest your own strategies and backtest your own indicators and backtest your own stuff with Algo Master. But the limitation is that you can't actually see years and years and years and back in the past because TradingView have a trade limit count on indicators. So it's essentially a combination between the limit, the amount of trades in the past you can see. You can actually see it pretty clearly. We can only show 25 trades in the past. Otherwise, if we do more than that, the indicator breaks and you can't use it as a strategy. So basically, Botmaster is we do all the configuration, we do all of the backtesting, we do everything for you. You click it, connect it, and it works, and you pay for that service. Algo Master is you can have much more manual configuration if you want to. You can trial and test it if you want to and connect it to anything you want, but you have to do the backtesting and that work. And then you have, obviously, the least amount of effort, which is my actual HODL bot, which I've been using for years myself. And you can actually get this for free. So that's a free resource. You can use this for free. I'm actually going to change it though, guys. So if you're using the HODL bot, and I know a lot of you are, 800 people or something, I am going to change this. So the HODL Master, which is now called the HODL Bot HODL Master, I'm actually going to probably take it down over the course of the next 6 months, and I'm going to redo it, and I'm going to build it on a daily time frame, not an hourly time frame, because I believe that the market cycle is going to change for Bitcoin soon. The CBBI is kind of calling that out in a way. The CBBI is kind of signaling to me like things are beginning to change for Bitcoin, and the market cycles are going to not be 4 years, and there's going to be lots of differences, and there's probably going to be a long-term bear market and lots of other things, and the cycle is going to break. The very predictable cycle. So, and that's the nature of anything in the long picture. But I'm saying I'm going to take down HODL Bot, I'm going to revamp it, turn it onto a daily time frame, which is actually better for markets that are maturing. For instance, stock markets daily. Move it to a daily time frame. Might even have a slightly different time frame. We'll see. And then I'm going to relaunch HODL Master as a free resource, probably using the same similar system via Botmaster now, because I'll just take away HODL Master from the system I'm using right now on a backtested panel with the way I'm doing it. I might even move the HODL Bot onto the Botmaster system and then do the backtesting on the Botmaster system, give you guys access to that one for free. You will then make money with that because it makes very good money over the course of long periods of time. You can see HODL Master has done crazy numbers, legends. I don't know. I've had it for 7 or 8 years running now. It's done like 9,000% gross profit, legends. So if you take the gross out of the gross loss and gross profit and the gross loss, you're fucking minus 6,600 from this. You get 226x. And that's crazy numbers, and considering you only put $10,000 and you're at 265 now. And that itself is still a good strat, but I'm just going to put everything through the Botmaster system, and then you'll be able to get that through Botmaster. And then it'll be an easier configuration. You just have to click one button and it'll be free. Instead, you just won't have to pay for Botmaster. The reason you pay for Botmaster right now is because we have a team of people all finding the backtested results. And guys, you have no idea the time and effort Ingo and Egg and all these guys are doing to get these things. They're going to extraordinary levels. Like unbelievably obscure time frames, crazy amounts of backtesting, the reconfiguration in the settings. Like this is a good example, this one actually. You got the TPs all in there for you. You've got the purple linear line, the buy and sell signals. Yeah, there's a lot going on in here, guys, to make it all work. But let's have a look at some other backtested blueprints, bot blueprints. PaxG, my favorite. Which one's better though? Let me put it on Profit Factor. So PaxG Grove. Okay. Let's go for this one. So very nice equity curve. That's exactly what you want to see. This is actually like P&L curves as well. So equity curves are like, what's it doing? You know, guys, basically, when you look at an equity curve like this, this is what a good trader equity curve should look like. And because this is just a bot, which is just acting like a good trader. So this is what your equity curve you want it to look like. You want it to look like it's gradual, progressive, increasing, Not like up here and then down here, up here and then down here, down there and then up here. Like, that's just fucking, you know, I've seen a million equity curves like that in my time. And it just means the trader is essentially on the edge of losing everything in 1 minute. So very nice equity curve, guys. And if you take PAXG, which is one of my favorite tradable assets, if not just one of my favorite tradable things, because I trade gold for a long time, you can see that it's absolutely nailing it on gold. Look at this buy here. You can manually trade this shit, legends. You could literally put this chart up on your trading view and just leave it on the corner and just hit the buy and sell signals. This is on the 3-hour time frame, so you have to wait a little bit. But if you have an alert on, you can get yourself in there. Right, leggies, I think I might have to get a beer because it's been a long week and I'm absolutely exhausted. I have had no sleep, but I'm okay. Guys, ask me some questions in the chat. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Bitcoin's pretty normal in terms of what's happening. We just want to see Bitcoin break this for the bulls. And if you're a bear, you want to see it come down here and then see resistance on this level. And then you'll very likely get a continuation. So what the bears want to see is this be lost decisively. If this, what might actually happen is, guys, which does happen quite a lot, is you might get a fake out of this area here and then it jets off to the moon. And that's just basically fucking around with the order books and taking out lower time frame traders. You can probably see on the charts right now that the long to short ratio is converging. We'll look at this now on the hourly time frame. Yeah, so this is a great example, guys, of potentially. So as I was saying to you guys before, if we're going to see a bottom for Bitcoin, we want to see the longs falling and the shorts rising. That's exactly what's happening. If we get something like this, sweeps here, what you might see, because everyone will start going, oh my God, it's over. We made a lower low, continuation. What you might see is this happen like that, and then the shorts begin to really pick up because everyone's freaking out of this loss. Everyone starts shorting here. That then becomes the fuel for the price to continue up, and you get the cross on this, and then shorts begin to have their, continuation up, and longs begin to do this. And that would, guys, if you look on this little chart Aruniente I just created, it would make sense if you go back far enough. You get these eps and these flows. That would be the ep and the flow. And you see as longs came down, boom, we had this huge increase in price as shorts took over. So longs coming down. As shorts began to rally up and more people began to short the market, guess what? Then the price began to rise. That's what I'm saying. What we might do is get that. The shorts might outpace longs and we might get an increase in the price of Z Bitcoin at Aruniente. But please ask me some questions, and I will probably go get a beer when I answer your questions because I'm pretty darn tired. But that's fine. Could you have a look at Phil, USDT, please, Max? Maybe I'll put some actual effort into altcoins today because I've been so lax on altcoins. And I think, actually, there's probably an opportunity in altcoins coming, to be honest. Everyone's calling to do... I think that we're probably getting to that level. I think a lot of alts have really seen some blood. I think some of them aren't really going to have a good time because of the liquidity crunch we had the other day. That liquidity crunch really damaged a lot of altcoins. Specifically, I can name a few. It's the Suis of the world. And I have a friend who invests a lot in Sui, and I try my best not to be too harsh on it, but it's like, that is one of the worst charts. It looks like the Luna chart. Anything that fucking Raoul Pool guy touched in crypto. Luna, zero. Sui was one of the worst I don't know who he's attracting. I think he's attracting a retail paper hands type of guy. So you want Filecoin, do you? Let's actually do some altcoins then, guys. I will have a beer. I will have a beer with you guys in a second, okay? Zelensky has a trick up. Ooh, Zelensky has a trick to stay up 24/7. Yeah, well, he's probably on drugs. All right, so we got Filecoin USDT. Ooh, God, that sharp down. It's had a bit of a rocky road, hasn't it? Let's go on the weekly. Okay, so in terms of like, this kind of looks like legend. I don't want to be too harsh on your coin because you probably married it. This is kind of like the chart of it's all over. But okay. It's a little bit of a toughie. It's a little bit of a toughie, this one. For me to give you anything positive. because unfortunately it really isn't positive. I think it's even respected. It's even respected. It's even respected like a horrible trend line. Like it's not great, my friend. I might be on the wrong ticker. This might not be what you want me to look at. FIL. I think it is. You know, it did. The thing is, this is the great thing about price markets, is the further they go down in towards zero, it means that exponentially, the less and less money you need to suddenly pop the price up a little bit, but then it's say 800%. And this is like the funny thing, because now this move here would have looked like on all of these charts like a crazy move. Yeah, 177, 171%, 177% that is there. But look at the bigger time picture. So, but this is the great thing about why markets ultimately do, you know, go down a lot and then go up a lot, is because as you go up a lot, it gets more and more difficult for it to continue to go up to make any money. So if Bitcoin goes to $100,000 from 10, you 10x yourself. But then to 10x again, you got to go to 1 million. So it just like the appetite for people to buy it goes down and down and down and down, the higher and higher it goes. So then eventually, you know what's going to happen? Sellers are going to take over eventually if that synergy happens. If the same thing happens with things when things go down. It goes down and down and down and down and down and down and down so fucking much. And then it just pops like that, does 177%. All of the tickers and all of the exchanges all start blinking green, going, oh my God, 177%. And then that's what gets people excited. And eventually what happens is it will turn around, because the more people who get excited by the price jumping up because of $1 being bought, or $100 goes in and it goes dong, 180%. The more that happens, the more people get interested, and then the more of the cycle continues, and then the money does begin to go in, and then actually the buyers outpace the sellers. And that's why people get a little bit confused about, they think when things are going down, they're never going to come back. And they think when things are going up, they're never going to come down. And it's because you get caught up in this psychology of like, this is never going to end. But the reason that it does end, and actually most things which are even dog shit do come back up, is because there's a difference between what the fundamentals of it are and people trying to chase it to make money. And the people who try and chase it to make money are actually good people, because they're the ones who actually pop the price, make it look good, and then actually people get interested in it, and then they actually learn about it. Because most things in life you make money in, that's when you really begin to think. That's, genuinely speaking, where most of the incentive comes from. Not in all things, guys, in terms of creative tasks and things like art and travel and all these kind of things. That can be different. Like, you don't have to make money. But I'm just saying that when it comes to, you know, professional business and what you're doing every day in your career, it's the things that make you money. It's the things you really get interested in. Like, how could I make more money on this? Even people who are carpenters, whatever it is, any industry, even people in a restaurant. If they start selling a dish that makes lots of money for them, they might start looking at making more of that dish. So it's a little bit, I went a bit conceptual there for you, mate, in terms of this analysis on Filecoin, because there's not really anything I can say here apart from you're in a significantly dire downtrend from day dot. You're consistently making lower lows as well. So I can't give you any definitive real analysis. I can just say it's downtrending, so the probability is that it will continue to go down. What you could say, though, is, okay, what do you want to see for you then to go, now maybe it's a good time to trade the asset. If you really, really believe in Filecoin and you genuinely believe it's going to change the world, and you've looked at the team and you know the amount of money they're making and you know their fucking balance and you know their equity and their PE and all that shit, you know, and you know they haven't got liabilities on their books, we're going to fucking eat them up later, like, then you can invest in it right now because it's fucking down, okay? Like, this is the chart of this is basically over. And if you buy something when it's basically over and then it's not over and it actually becomes a thing, then obviously you're going to stand to make a decent gain. So the investment proposition's probably there if you really care about this thing fundamentally, but you have to get above this, which is really nothing. You have to get above this, and it only, what you really want to see is like something like that. What you really want to see on Filecoin is something, and it just absolutely blasts like this area, even gets maybe up. If it does this and just shoots up to 1 second, get my painting tool. If it shoots up to there in one go, that's when you should say, okay, now it's time to look. Because it will very likely come back and find support somewhere. And then that's where you buy. And if it doesn't, it wants to go all the way up like Zcash to the obliteration of the moon. You know, Zcash, I could give you an example of a thing that never went back. But who cares? We're not in this game, traders, to try and pick the one thing and then put everything in that thing and then it goes up. No, we're here to find lots of different things. So you want to see something like that and then get interested. Just get interested when the first move happens. There's no point trying to be interested in stuff before the first move because you never know when the first move is going to happen. So you just end up spending all your time looking at something that you don't know what's going to happen. You need to wait for something to happen for you then to come up with a thesis of how you're going to move forward. And missing the first move is never a problem, especially if you're a trader. If you're a GIGA legend trader, who cares about the first fucking move? It doesn't matter if you're manually trading. When it comes to bots and you have systems created that are automated, you can catch that first move, but it means you are going to lose before you get there. You can create an insurance policy for that with a bot, but I would say wait for the first move, then set your bot up for a trend. Anyway, so that's that. But you could say an interesting concept in terms. I'm going a bit conceptual this stream, guys, just because obviously there's not much to talk about Bitcoin. So if it's not much to talk about, I'll probably go into this kind of stuff. So this is a kind of interesting example of like, okay, that was very difficult for anyone to have ever foreseen, predicted. It's like a black swan event in reverse, okay? So it's great for investors. And this can happen sometimes. But guess what? Let me make a point here. Everyone's like, oh my God, if only I had been in Zcash. If only I didn't miss Zcash. Why did I miss Zcash? They're crying about it. Guys, you had to wait fucking 3 years. Guys, you had to wait 3 years. Like, it never went anywhere in the first place. The cost of making this 10x, okay? The cost of making this 10x, it's actually 12x, okay? Was, if you had your money in it, okay, so it's almost impossible to have timed this. Almost impossible. If you were the guy who bought the night before this happened, you're a lucky motherfucker, okay? We can put that very clearly. That's very, very obvious. So the only way you would have caught this is if you had been holding this for a long time. But holding it for a long time, it's 3 fucking years of nothing. And even this move isn't much. So if you had held Zcash for 3 years to get this move, I'd argue that's not even that good. You could have been in lots of other things. You could have been investing in Bitcoin. Bitcoin 3 years ago, you know, there's a lot of other stuff. Okay, it caught up to Bitcoin now, but you could have been in, like, you got to remember, Bitcoin's been rallying for the last 2 years. If you had been in Bitcoin and then cycled into Zcash here and then got it, then fine. But don't beat yourself up. I got a lot of guys like, oh, mate, I can't believe I missed Zcash. Like, it was my big opportunity. I owned it in 2015 or whatever. There's loads that they owned it, they sold it, and there's all this crap. Don't kick yourself on this one, guys. This is one of those moments which is unforeseeable. You can't just like change your whole worldview and strategy on the basis of one coin going up 12x in a minute. You're not going to get every trade. You're not going to catch every swing. You're not going to get every entry. You're not going to get every stop loss correct. You know, this game is very humbling in the fact that it makes you realize that perfection is not needed to be achieved in most things to be successful, actually. Everyone's like, oh, I've got to be perfect. The right line, the right video, the right angle, the right lighting, the right fucking this, the right fucking that. Actually, things being perfect is rarely to do with why things become successful. It's nice to have that. And it's the same with, like, you know, say a big TV show. Like, they always start with like a shitty little camera and like a couple of people, and they still get some views. Like, it was still a show. I know by the end of the show, when it becomes big and successful, maybe Top Gear is a good example. Yeah, obviously they have more money and everything's perfect, but like the perfection side comes later. You don't have to be perfect at the start. But my point is that trading makes you learn that. What you really need to be doing, guys, and I've said it a billion times, is you need to have 4 different things that you use when you trade. And it's 4 different mindsets, it's 4 different strategies, it's 4 different ways of buying and selling. I'm just going to bring up Botmaster because I'm fucking happy with it, guys. Botmaster is Z Live, legends. The blueprints are live. So you need to be doing DCA into things that you think have long-term potential. Simple, guys. DCA is a great thing. It's a great fucking thing. I have a very good friend of mine who recently just got back into Bitcoin, and he said, what shall I do? Shall I buy all my money now? Shall I buy that? And I said, listen, mate, how much you got? He told me the exact number. I said, listen, just do this. Just buy £10 a day. for the next fucking 5 years. Just do it. Just relax. 5, 10 pounds a day. Because he's not like giga rich. So he couldn't put in like 500k now or 5k now. Just a normal dude. He's like, mate, I've got a couple of £1,000. What shall I do? I'm like, bruv, 10 pounds a day. And actually, he came up with the concept. I was just agreeing with him. I was like, yeah, just do 10 pounds. Actually, no, it was my idea. I said, do 10 pounds a day. Because he was like, when shall I buy it? And the 10 pounds a day, if you look at the actual potential chance of a recurring buy of 10 pounds a day, I know it's nothing in terms of the grand scheme of things, but 10 pounds a day will become something pretty great if you do it for long enough in most things that have a growth story. Stuff like, obviously, the stock market, the FTSE, Bitcoin, silver, gold, whatever. I think we actually did some calculations. Like, you're very likely, if you put 10 pounds a day into Bitcoin and you wait 5 years, you're very likely going to have about £100,000. Very likely. So anyway, my point is that you got to be doing DCA into things that have long-term good fundamentals and potential. Easy strategy, you're going to make money, very likely, especially Bitcoin. Then you want to be swing trading, guys, with automation. So I have my trading bot, HODL Master, that's automation. I now have my whole product, Botmaster. You can literally go into these guys, see the equity curves, see what they're doing, get the fucking buy and sell signals directly on your TradingView account from within MDX Algo. I just love being able to say this shit. You get all the buy and sell signals directly in TradingView, and then you can connect that to the third party we recommend, which is Wonder Trading, and the link is in the live chat. You can see the link there, and it's free. I got a partnership where you get a free Wonder Trading account for 3 months. Free of charge. So go get the Wonder Trading account for free. Come and get MDX Algo for $99 a month if you want the cheapest package. You can get Ultimate, but that's got mentoring involved. So we actually do it basically for you. Then you have the platform, you have Botmaster, you have all of your blueprints, which we go and find all the backtested results, and we go and find all of the configurations. We do all the work, and then we give you the click. Click on it. Get the fucking thing on your chart, automate it or manually trade it, and have a swing trading strategy built on the premise of automation. 25% of your money. Another 25% will be lower time frame, high probability setup scalp trading, and that's manual most of the time. That's when you see a setup manually. You're like, okay, I can see that. Automation is like trying to garner the gains over time, potentially using compounding with it and potentially using different things to like grow the money over time. High velocity, lower, not high velocity, I'd say. That's actually kind of scalping in and out. I would say the shit I do a lot, a good example for a trade which is a high probability setup trade would be hedging short against a lot of my systems, my spot, my DCA, my swing trades. So going for a high probability setup trade would be a hedge short at 100k, hedge short at 105, looking for that bounce trade. You know, getting into your exchange, getting your levels in. Here's my entry, here's my exit, all that kind of shit. That's like lower time frame, high probability setup scalp trading. And guys, that's probably the most fun type of trading, just to give you that kind of concept there. It's like you put the money in, you put your trade setup in, you do the buy, sell, the limiting, the orders, the stop loss. And then if it pays off, you can take all the credit for it. And if it doesn't pay off, you can take all the credit for it. Remember to take all the credit for the winning and the losing. And then you might be a little bit up and down. Obviously, that's stupid, but I'm saying it might have a bit more of an effect on your social state. And that's why people like manual trading, because of the social state it changes within you, because it has a very big gambling aspect to it. When you're in the trade, you're like, oh my God, what's going to happen? When it goes up, you make money, you can celebrate that you did it yourself. You take the credibility for it, you accountability for it. When it goes down, you're all sad, having a beer. So it's that whole loopy cycle of the manual stuff. By the way, all of that stuff you really don't want to do in manual trading. You want to be like a robot, but that's boring. So a lot of people actually do trade on the premise of they want to get a little bit of a kick. It's their vice. And if they're profitable in doing it, even fucking better. But the reason I say only 25% is doing this is because I don't think it's really possible to be completely manual and be as successful as you could be if you weren't. You could make money being completely manual, because I did it myself. There was no automation I ever did at the beginning. I did make all my money manual trading at the beginning. I'm just saying that if I had started doing bots, automation, DC, and all these things faster, I'd probably have 5 times the money by now. But I just spent years and years and years just manually trading because I thought that was just what I was going to do. But now I realize that that's not the only thing you can do. And like, yeah, so I'm trying to say that the manual part of it is always going to be a part of what I do, 25%. All of the stuff I'm saying about feeling good and the gamble and all this kind of stuff, you actually don't want to do all those things. You really don't want to do all those things if you're actually trying to do manually trading to be successful. What I'm saying is that, let's just say you do most of your stuff automated and you have lots of different strategies which make money, then maybe you can do some of your very, very disciplined, correct, lower time frame trading setups. But then you can say to yourself, you know what? I've had a good week. The bot's up 200%. I'm going to go and grab a $250 account and have some fun on the 1 minute. I actually don't see any issue with that. A lot of people think, I don't necessarily do this myself, but I know a lot of people from speaking to a lot of people in the industry that they do have an addiction actually, and they do have a problem with gambling. They do actually do that, and they do enjoy it. But the one guy made a good point to me the other day. He was like, look, I know I probably should make more money than I should, but I do have a little bit of an addiction to it. But I just think of it as like, you know, a lot of my friends go down the casino. A lot of my friends go and drink beer. A lot of my friends go and party on the weekend. A lot of my friends do drugs. And I was like, yeah, you know, I like to have a good time as well. Like, if your vice is a little bit of degen trading, I actually don't think that's too bad. At least you have better odds than the casino. You have better odds on other stuff. I'm not saying this is the way to go. If you want to be successful, make millions of dollars, I've done it myself. You obviously don't want to do this. I'm just saying that if your vice is that, then do a little bit of low fucking time frame scalping. Fine. Be able to control yourself though. But if you want to do it properly, you really need to eradicate all of those things. So that's that part. And then the last 25 is investments. Investments. Of course, guys, we all need to make investments because investments are things that we buy and we don't look at. You know, you don't look at the price. You don't look at what's going on the technicals. You don't look at the end. You don't even look for an entry. You just read about something. Maybe it's a podcast. Maybe it's a concept. Maybe it's a white paper. Maybe it's a great company's been raised money for, and you read about the company. You're like, that's a great idea. That kind of shit you have to do as well. Because if you're not doing that, and you're not holding for 5 to 10 years time horizons on random shit, and you're just like, if you're trying to trade everything, you're trying to know everything, get everything right, and you're going to miss some of the big trades. For instance, like the NVIDIAs of the world. Or you're going to miss the MicroStrategy, or you're going to miss potentially even the Microsofts and the Apples and going on even to Bitcoin, because a lot of my Bitcoin is invested. So you have to have 25% that you make investments with. And then you have this nice little quadrant of 25 each thing. And then you have to go into each 25 and decide exactly what you're going to do within that 25. Because what are you going to DCA? What are you going to swing trade? What are you going to manually scalp? And what are you going to invest in? Obviously, those is the next category down into each 25%. And then if you really want to keep it real plain and simple, you say you have $1,000, and then your DCA account is, so you put 250 into DCA, 250 into swing, 250 into scalp, and 250 into investments. And I should probably start with investments first. You know, it should be investments, then DCA, then swing, then scalp. That's the ladder of the amount of time you spend on it. So that's just the order difference. But let's just say you put $250 on each. You got $1,000. You put $250 each. If you really want to be disciplined, then you say, what I'm going to do is every month I'm going to rebalance. And what that means is that, let's just say you lose some money in the scalp side, you make some money in the DCA side, you make a bit on the scalp, you make a bit on the swing, and then you lose some in the investments. What you do is every month you rebalance the whole thing. So again, you put 250 in each one, but that month, hopefully, if you're doing it right, you got $1,200. Then you rebalance it at 1.2 each month, and then you say, okay, now I've got this month and this one, this month, and then basically what you're doing is you haven't got 250 in all of them. Now you've got 278 in all of them, or 200 or 300 in all of them. In this case, it would be around 300. So, and then, you know, the next month you rebalance again, but you had a really good month in the scalp side. You made fucking $3,000. Oh shit, rebalance. Now you've got a fucking grand in this, a grand in this, a grand in this, and grand in this, and then you just doing it every month. And that's a little bit more boring, but it's possible to do that. And the problem is, if you do have one category that outpaces everything out, you're going to want to keep more in that category. So you have to be very disciplined if you're going to rebalance every month. It's a lot of time and effort and work. And also you're going to be like, oh, but why would I fucking sell these things right now? The scalp's going like, I got a trade open right now. It's making GIGA money. And then you go, no, rebalance, poof, back in. That's risk management. Like, that's like, you're pulling back everything into the balancing of those 4 things. I did that for a pretty long period. It's quite difficult for me to do that at the moment, actually, to redo that thing, because 98% of my money's in Bitcoin, and I'm essentially playing the big daddy GIGA long trade for Bitcoin, but then I do that category within Bitcoin. And right now, I have to admit, most of it's invested. Because when you start a business, it all gets a bit crazy. Like, you got to remember, trading full-time is a job. It's actually like being the CEO or founder of a company. When you start trading, it's very similar to being the founder or the CEO of a company. You work more hours. You're the last person to get fucking paid, because sometimes you lose money. And also, there's a whole lot of other complexities into it where you have to be very determined. You have to rely on yourself. It's quite isolating. It's quite difficult to emotionally deal with it. You don't have help. It's very difficult for someone to come along and like, don't worry, bro, I'll do it tonight. Like, oh, what? Like, now I'll let you trade my money and lose even more. Yeah, don't worry, man. Tonight, Dave, don't worry, brother. Swap me in. I'll do your job tonight. Start on your account like that, clicking around your account. So you can't really have an off day. Trading is like being a fucking CEO or founder of a company. But when you actually then start a company, like MDX Algo, for instance, and you genuinely become the CEO and founder of an actual company, which has loads of employees, 50 fucking people, then you're like, oh shit. It's actually like, shit, how am I going to do all my trading stuff and all my company stuff at the same fucking time? I actually do it, to be honest. I've become that level where I do trade. I have open trades. I'm trading all the time. My brain is built in that way. That takes a long, long time. Like, I actually swing trade like by accident all the time. I'll be like, if I get cash flowing from my business, I'll just inherently in my head be like, I'm not going to buy now because the price is high. I'm going to wait until it falls to this level and then start buying in with my cash. So I have constant cash flow coming in, and I'm constantly swing trading the price. And sometimes I don't get it right, but I'm saying more times than not, I make good decisions on the time when it's actually right to put in the cash that I'm getting into the investment and trading ecosystem, 25% on each. And that's predominantly made me loads of money. I had a Revolut account, a business Revolut account, and I managed to turn the account balance from 20 to 70,000 pounds in about 8 months. Just by when the money was coming into the Revolut account, I would buy Bitcoin, because you could buy Bitcoin in the app. So I was doing this thing where the money would come in, I would then buy Bitcoin when I thought it was a good price, and I just wouldn't buy Bitcoin when I didn't think it was a good price. The account grew to 70 grand in like 8 months. And I was like, okay, I could just fucking do this. Like, just like, why, like, all this fucking BitMEX and Bybit and all this crap. Like, nah, just go back to normal trading again. Fucking the leverage is stupid anyway. Having said that, there is a good example of on aggressive settings on Cake Printer, where if you do ratchet up the leverage, and guys, by the way, let me make you a point here. So we have safe, balanced, and aggressive settings for our Botmaster ecosystem. This is 1x, 3x, and 5x, okay? So if you're above 5x, I don't even know what to call it. You got to be called like living on the edge. It's got to be almost death. It's got to be something like high blood pressure, or you need a fucking pacemaker. I don't know what the name of it is or what it's going to be called. It might have to be called devilish red. Like, it might have to be called something like relax. Yeah, just in red. It just says relax risk profile. Red. Make it nice and fucking ironic. But yeah, so yeah, you can come here, guys, and Botmaster is live. I really think for automation purposes, you need Botmaster, because this is the fucking game changer. There's no other competitor that can do this. This is my team, my guys who have the expertise, my people who know how to backtest and use the backtesting systems to get you the best settings, to configure it, and to backtest it for you. Botmaster is live, legends, on the Black Friday. I'm actually so excited that it's ready, and it's just, you can manually trade as well, guys. If you really, really love manual trading, okay, imagine this. Imagine if you are that guy who's addicted to the manual trading side of things. You love the rush. I would say this: get Botmaster, and then manually trade these signals, because at least these signals are provably profitable going back years and years and years, 3 years plus. So why does backtesting work? What does it even mean? The only reason backtesting is a good thing to do is because if you see something with certain settings that's made money for 10 years, the probability of it making money in the future is high. It's basically just what quants are. It's just essentially quanting, or let's just say quant traders, are essentially institutions most of the time who have significant resources to crunch extremely large amounts of data. And if you can crunch extremely large amounts of data, the only thing you can do to forecast a future potential profit is by looking at the back-tested results or the past. So if you're going to get enough data from an asset class of a system that is profitable for the last 50 years, guess what? The probability of it continuing to be profitable, if it's got 50 years of good track record with some specific strategy, it continuing to be profitable is just higher than if it's only been making money for 5 minutes. If you have a thing and, oh, this made money for 5 minutes, the probability of it making money for another 5 minutes is lower than something that's been making money for 500 years or 50 years. The next 5 minutes, you might be all right. So it's kind of, there's no real secret, amazing shit here, or there's no like AI algorithm that's predicting and going, oh yeah, look, I'm AI and I'm really complex and I'm a system. I'm going to make a bet now on the premise of all this prediction information I have, and then we're going to go. No, that's just not what's happening. It's just looking at the past and thinking, okay, what's the probability of this continuing to make money? You can do that with just a stock and a share about the price of it. You don't have to have a system built on top of it. You can just take the price and be like, okay, well, this has been uptrending for this long. What's the probability of it continuing? And that's where you get your equations from, young squire. So we got some questions in the chat. You have to be emotionally cold to handle trading. You have to be numb to the losses and gains, of course. Well, to be honest, the longer you've been trading and the longer you've been doing this for, you actually realize that concept of being extremely resilient to emotions is actually very important in just everything you do in business, not in life. There are some cases in life where it's good to be open, emotionally in touch, be able to talk to things and be able to resonate. And think about sales, for instance. Like, it's good to be open. Like, you don't want to, I'm just going to be cold and stoic when I'm trying to sell someone my window cleaner at their door. Like, probably not going to work, mate. So I'm saying for specifically in like business, or let's just say specific nuanced areas within business, I would say it's probably only ever better to not think with your emotions. It's always better to think with logic. Well, I'm not saying that emotions don't use logic sometimes. I'm just saying that most of the time, you're better off just stopping with all the emotional bullshit and just coming up with a clear, concise decision without that. God, I'm knackered, legend. So BTC pump, yeah, I reckon we're going to get a little pumperuniente on the BTC soon, as long as we hold down here. Late to the stream. Does BM go short too, meaning being profitable in a bear market? Brother, you've got no idea, man. This one here is literally... What is this one? This one's B. So this one here is called BD Printer. This has done fucking 20% in 90 days and 57% in 160. This whole thing, this is the equity curve of this bot, and it's only been in a bear market. You can check by looking at the buy and sell signals on TradingView when you click one button. So you can see here, it's literally just been in a fucking bear market, and this is the last 25 trades at 35. So 25 trades, 35% increase. So yeah, this thing, this is not like HODL Master, where my HODL strategy, this one only buys, and that's it. It just buys. And then when the price is falling, it sells, and then just waits to buy the price at a lower price. So it's technically a manual short. Like this system is just buy, wait, it goes into cash. Botmaster's different to that. Botmaster is taking the long and the short side, and it's these are all bot blueprints taken directly from this website. So if you have a subscription, you literally just click one button and then bada bing, bada bong, you're in. The secret sauce here is that all of these settings and all of these configurations are being done by me and my team. And we're basically finding the configurations and backtesting, doing it all for you. You can just click one button. It goes to TradingView. What you have to do then is click copy. You click save. And then it'll open up a new chart, which is actually in your actual TradingView. So you can actually then see the settings, okay? But this first screen here is the view of it, so you can just like manually trade if you want. Then this one is actually in TradingView, where you would actually go ahead and connect this to your third party. And we say use Wonder Trading, because I have a partnership with Wonder Trading, and if you use the referral link in the live chat, you will get 3 months for free on the platform. And also we have other perks. So if you use my referral link, it means you are then under the MDX Algo referral link, which then means that you'll get you get some free months, 3 free months. And there'll be other perks down the line when we, me and the partner, we do more stuff. So we'll be able to give you benefits on other things, potentially discounts, potentially stuff like that. Or even maybe just some better systems within the platform to get reduced fees. We'll see. But go get Wonder Trading, guys. It's the live chat link. Just sign up with my referral link and get a free account. And then you can automate these for free with Wonder Trading. And then you can manually trade them or automate them through Botmaster. But everything's live, guys. MDXalgo.com is Zed website. MDXalgo.com. We've done a slightly different Black Friday deals. So we do have the lifetime deals. A lot of guys are asking about lifetime. We still do have lifetime deals for Botmaster, but we have 2 different plans. So we have Ultimate, which is just like the platform. Then you have Ultimate with Botmaster. But then we do have lifetime plans as well. The best value for money, I think, guys, just to be completely fair with you, when I had the conversation with marketing, is this one, lifetime, and this one. Getting Ultimate and Botmaster for $269 is ridiculous. And lifetime means you never pay again. You have it for life. And that's a very, very good deal. In terms of the Botmaster deals, I would say probably the best one is probably, the yearly for Botmaster. But then a BM Ultimate, which is Botmaster Ultimate. This is very good because you get mentoring. So if you buy this, which is $10,000, just to put this into perspective, it might look like a lot of money, like, oh, that's crazy. But you're getting a one-on-one mentorship session with a specialist, a bot specialist, every month for the rest of your life. You also get 4 group sessions to help you set up trading bots, 1 a week. You also get access to the full group, so you can talk to all of the other members, and you get, obviously, us updating the blueprints forever. If you genuinely are going to trade for the rest of your life, or you're going to trade for another 10 years, that's actually the best value. Just because you never have to pay again. You have it for life. If you want to just like relax and you just want to try it out for a year, that's still good. But that's a crazy lifetime. We would sell that for 30 grand if it wasn't for Black Friday. And we've had that before. We've had people say, I want to take this to the next level. I want all your support. I want you, Max. I want your team. I want your guys. I want everyone around me to make myself profitable. And boom, bada, bing, bada, boom. That's what our game is. MDX Algo is genuinely about becoming profitable. It's not about all this crap. I like the new brand as well, guys. I know what you think about the new logo. The new logo is there, but we've got like new website. We've kind of sharpened it all up a bit to bring it up to the standard of the 21st century. Got all of our reviewers as well. We actually have video reviews. If you go, I didn't even know you could do this, but this is Algo Master, for instance. You can explore the indicators. Obviously, these are the indicators. But I didn't know this. But you can do these video ones, and you can pull these from YouTube. So you've got all the crypto banter reviews. This guy had a great, I don't know who this guy was.
This is PayPal, and I'm using TradingView.
I don't know who he is.
Got that new MDX indicator that tells me to buy and sell. Sure enough, I got in here where it's telling me to buy, and it's going up. And look at that. I am up.
Yeah.
This I have been using for several years. And it's telling me
I don't even know who these guys are.
When to buy and when to sell.
The Algo Master ecosystem. So yeah, I'd say that's basically what you're looking at. You've got the main deals. But yeah, this is probably the best one. This is lifetime, Ultimate and Botmaster for life. But it's not actually with mentoring. You get with this one, let me quickly go back a second. What you do get is you get, to make my head clear, you get the full ecosystem and you get the one lesson or one coaching lesson with a group of people per week to set you up. And then you get all the other stuff as well. Obviously, you can see on this list. I won't read through the whole list of things you get, but the full platform, and you get also all the Botmaster stuff as well, and the mentoring group sessions once a week. Mad Max in the building. Oh, we got Pete. No, stop is. Oh, Pete, jump in the chat, bro. I mean, jump in the video, man. I've been going for nearly 2 hours. I'm going to go get a beer in a minute, man. I'm knackered. I've had about 4 hours sleep for like 7 or 6 nights in a row. I'm blasted. Botmaster is the real deal. Pete, no, stop. By the way, send me your email, Pete. I'm going to upgrade your account. Actually, wait. I've got a free thing going on Twitter, haven't I? So, guys, you can go on my Twitter. Let me get rid of that retweet. So you can see this one. If you want to win a free TradingView account, they gave me 2 accounts to give for free, and they've said you can choose whoever you want. So I'll go in the chat below, and I'll choose some peeps. This is a free TradingView account. Just retweet it, do whatever you do, comment on it. Yeah, I'm absolutely knackered, legends. But yeah, Botmaster is live, man. It's live. But the blueprints are kicking off. And I'm probably going to do 30 more minutes, guys. Ask me questions. And Pete, send me your email, bro, and I'll upgrade Zed account to premium. I think I already may have done it, actually, but I don't think the product was live. So send me your email, man, and I'll upgrade your account to full deal legendary shindigs. That crow. I'm going to go get a beer, legends. I'm going to have a Weinsteiner on stream, okay? I think, you know, after a long week, I deserve a little whiny on stream. So I'm going to go get a beer. I'm going to go get my favorite beer, and we'll talk about the Weinsteinies. I got my, this is you guys want to see this? I bought this ages ago, but I never had a necklace for it. So this is called a Q-Link. All right? Type in Q-Link into Google. And they claim, it's made out of silver. I got the silver one, but they claim that it stops all EMFs. EMFs and ELFs and RFs. It says that they claim that it stops all electromagnetic things from devices, Wi-Fi. It like soaks it all up. And it goes on there and it stops it from hitting you. It's obviously bollocks, but Q-Link. I'm going to go get a beer, legends. There it is, leggies. Oh, the Weinstein finger. Right, let me have a little piss as well. beverages, you know? A couple of bevies. Oh, let's chat about the Weinstein. So what I do is I put it in the fridge at 3 degrees, because apparently 3 degrees is the best. And then I put the glass it's in the fridge as well, so it's in a freezing cold glass, as well as a freezing cold beverage. So it's extremely delicious, and I'm going to drink it right now. Cheers for that, legends. Cheers to a long week of profitability. And cheers to Botmaster being live, man. Botmaster is live. The Botmaster. How often... let me drink some of this beer before I answer that question. That's a long one. Ooh. Oh, God, that's a good one. Oh, shit, why is that so good? The whinies. It used to be me on the organic Reddits. Now it's me on the whinies. How often does BM bots update, and what happens to my ongoing trade if I update if I update the settings on my bot via one click? Also, do we get a notification if there's new settings on a bot? Yeah, of course. Yeah, so all of these get updated daily, weekly. From your end, you will have to change the bot settings. So most of them will be good anyway. You know, they won't be changed every single week. If there is an update made, you go to the community tab. This is where all the announcements are happening. At the moment, we're doing everything in TG, in our Telegram group. But all of the announcements will happen here. So everything which is changing will happen here. Also, when you scroll down on the actual ticker itself, you have a change log. So you know exactly what's being changed on it. And the community is essentially when you do at everyone, you get a notification. So this is every single announcement happens here. The Academy section is where you get all the information about how to use these things, as well as a one-on-one chat with everyone. So basically, so this is the Botmaster group. You have a chat with everyone, and you also have a chat here with everyone, but this isn't set up yet. But when you come in here, you'll be able to ask questions about your bots. That's such a good beer. And then, yeah, notifications will be here. But this isn't set up yet either. So you have essentially constant updated bot blueprints, which you can then use in your TradingView account for manual trading. And also then you can do the bot stuff with Wonder Trading. And you just have to get the third-party Wonder Trading. The link is in the live chat. Pete, go get that quickly as well. If you're watching this, PE, go click the link above and get Wonder Trading. With my referral link, you get it for free. It's in the live chat. I'll put it in the description box below. This beer is going down way too nice. I have to get up Weinstein Fanger on ChatGPT again. That was such a funny stream when I was just sitting there talking about Weinstein. Why is... Let me have a look. I can actually probably still spell it. I think that's how you spell it. I think I may have got one wrong, actually. Yeah, I missed it this time. The oldest brewery on Earth. Weinstein is literally the oldest continuously operating brewery on the planet. Yeah, I actually just feel like I'm drinking a bit of history. I think that's what really makes Weinstein good. You're drinking history. But guys, ask me some questions. I'm coming up to the 2-hour mark. Go get Botmaster Legends for the Black Friday. Obviously, this is the best prices you're ever going to get it. It's Black Friday, for God's sake. Usually, this is going to be a much more exclusive, expensive product, essentially because of the manual input. But right now, you can get it for a great deal for Black Friday. Oh, thanks, Tom. And then, yeah, so whippity-whoppity-whoppity-whop. I'll answer some questions, guys, if you've got any. Bitcoin's just probably going to do, you know, the best case scenario is you come back up and you break it now. There is support for potentially that. And then it might even go lower, sweep this, and then you get it. And all of those scenarios will be broken when they lose the lower wick, young squire. Do I need to close my current account ongoing? Wait, I can't see. Sorry. Do I need to close my current ongoing trade and start a new one if the bot gets updated? So when you're connecting TradingView to Wonder Trading for your bot system, these settings will still be there. So it will continuously use these settings. If the settings get updated, right, say after a week's time they get updated, because you got to remember, like, just to make sure, like, you understand, a lot of these have been running for 3 years or longer and been profitable. So look, it's unlikely that you're going to get a big shift in a week. You might do, but it's unlikely because these have been working for a very long time. We're giving you blueprints that work. Low risk. We're talking 200% over 180 days. Crypto people are like, oh, only 200%, but they all lose their money, all of them. Darling, what's that? So, yeah, they've been configured in a way that they work long term. So, yes, the setting, if we do an update to the settings, it will change the settings that you will see, but your bot will still be configured on the settings on the old one. And I will clarify that 100% with the Eggle and the team. But the settings that you have on your TradingView account are the ones which are going to be going to your Wonder Trading account. If we change the settings, you then have to create a new bot or get rid of that one and make another one. Okay? But this is not going to happen on a daily basis because we're not doing high velocity, low time frame stuff. 3-hour time frame. This has been making money for a long, long time. So it's unlikely it's going to change. But that's why I would say the best thing to do would be able to take a bunch of these which are working, say all of them. If you've got 20 grand you want to put into crypto, the best way you're going to make money is by putting $1,000 on 13 of these. So that'd be $13,000. Put $1,000 on all of these, and then the average of that is 19,000. So if you take an average of all of our bots, so they're up on the screen right now, you then get 10,000 in over 6 months. You've got 19,000 now. You doubled your money in 6 months on the average of all of these. So I would say spread across a bunch of them, okay? Damn, that tastes good. So I'll do a few more questions, Legends. Any questions you have, just fire them away. I'm chilling out and relaxing with the Botmaster. Oh. Getting a bit late already. All right, Legends, we'll smash that like button. Getting no questions coming in, but yeah, you're all legends. I'll see you tomorrow. Actually, what is it? Sunday. I'll probably take a break tomorrow, actually. I need a fucking break. I need a big sleep and relax. And then Monday, I'm back. I'm back and I'm black. It is my girlfriend's birthday on Monday, though, so might get a bit hecky. But yeah, guys, you're all legends. Go get Botmaster. Black Friday is live. The product is live and ready to rock and rumble. And it's looking pretty fucking epic right now, so I'm pretty happy. I'm very, very happy with the product. And I'll see you legends on Zed Flipside. Have a